this is an anime I know something about. Not much, but it's something at least. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is, if you've not played the previous ones, Dynasty Warriors meets One Piece. You play as fan favourite characters like the Straw Hat Man himself Luffy or my mate Zoro. But how does an anime and a manga based on pirate life work in a world on Dynasty Warriors, which is generally about conquering kingdoms and fighting armies? If you've never played a Dynasty Warriors style game before, it's quite a simple system. Your army or your allies are attacking an area, generally attacking though sometimes you'll defend, and you'll need to defeat fodder enemies that do nothing but stand around, and some sergeants that will do some damage. Taking out these sergeants and foot soldiers will make way for your team or your army or your allies to control these certain areas. A little bit like capture and hold situations you'll get in Conquest from Battlefield or Capital Supremacy you'll get in Battlefront 2. Now as the battle continues, special lieutenants or bosses will appear. The war will generally end when you defeat the leader of the enemy army, who will only come out when you've caused enough trouble for him or her to appear. And in some battles, previously defeated bosses will reappear stronger than when you fought them for the first time. If you have played a warrior style game before, well then you know exactly what you're looking at. The map is split into different sections and you and your army or your allies or whatever you want to call it will be able to capture these areas. A little bar located at the top of the screen when you're in an enemy area will show you how strong that enemy or ally army is in that area. A full red bar means the enemy control the area, and taking out fodder, bosses and sergeants will lower this bar, and when it's empty, your forces will take over the area. Again, like we've seen in Battlefront and Battlefield and so many other games. What at least I found what sets One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 apart from games like Dynasty Warriors is that there are some destructible environments. You'll be able to smash down walls, break open barriered gates, and in some instances you'll even be able to destroy buildings. You'll be able to decide what character you want to play as, of course, and One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 has got a massive roster for fans to choose from. Every chance I could get, I was always picking my mate Zoro. On top of the character you'll also be able to pick, you'll also be able to choose the costume your character is wearing. So if you have a particular outfit you want Nami to wear, then you'll be able to choose it as long as you've unlocked it. Now each character will also have a particular playstyle. Sanji is a fast character while Zoro is more of a close range power character. You'll have the standard quick attack button, a heavy attack button which works great for crowd control, and a dash ability that not only can be used for quick traversal around the map, but clear enemies too, of course. So if you've got a large amount of enemies sitting in front of you, you can dash through them, taking out a lot of them. Of course you'll have strong, flashy attacks which are not only great for dealing damage for stronger boss characters, but will also clear a large amount of the surrounding area of enemy fodder. These abilities will charge up as you take enemies down, so if you've used a powerful attack up on a boss and you want to use it again, take out some enemy foot soldiers and it'll recharge. Now some bosses, when you go up against them a second time, will be levitating in the air and you'll need to engage them mid-air, which I will say looks fantastic. Deal enough damage and you'll stun them, bringing them back down to the ground. As you can see, graphically One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 isn't anything baking, yes.
Oh dear God!
Isn't anything groundbreaking, but it's also not ugly. You'll also be able to inspect and view each character in the gallery menus too. Now if you're a massive One Piece fan, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 will be right up your alley. You'll be able to play as your favourite character, relive your favourite battles in the story mode, or like in all warrior style games, you'll be able to play casual rounds and play battles over and over again. The hit detection we found in this is pretty good compared to Dynasty Warriors or Nintendo's Hyrule Warriors, and the character movement speed is pretty good too, being able to move across the field pretty quickly if need be. Hell, you could be a fan that solely plays warrior style games and this could be a perfect change of pace for you, as Dynasty Warrior games aren't sometimes as pretty as this. But this isn't really an issue for One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, but an issue with every warrior styled game. Once you've played one level, you've played them all. Now you could say this with fighting games or racing games, but not really. Fighting games all depends on the character you've picked and your opponent, making it more varied, so you have to adapt to your fighting style and their fighting style. With racing games, the track changes and you'll need to adapt how you drive to match that track. Warrior style games are attack, call out bosses, defeat boss, and done. Once you've been playing this for a couple of hours with any Warriors game, you've played the entire game. The only thing that really changes is the character you're playing as and the map. Now, my knowledge on One Piece isn't as high as it is for other animes I've seen, but One Piece is based on pirating. It is a little strange that One Piece is being used as a property for a Warriors title. In combat, you'll be able to lock onto enemies, but the lock-on won't focus the camera on the enemy. It'll highlight them with a red marker, and if you're far away from them, it'll give you a red trail as to where they are. You won't be able to traditionally lock onto the enemy and have the camera solely focus on them. Again, like Jump Force, if you're a fan of the English voiceovers in One Piece, well, you'll be a bit disappointed as this game only has a Japanese dub. In certain moments during the story mode, you have boss fights that are only you and the boss in an open arena rather than the traditional multi-zoned map. In these boss fights, you realize how empty the combat in the game can be when you're not managing an army and the enemy's attacks and taking over control points. You'll just need to wallop the boss, so if you deal enough damage they'll activate an ability or alter the battlefield, so you'll manage more as the boss fight goes on, but it still falls a bit flat. If you're a Warriors fan, but more importantly a One Piece fan, then One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is definitely for you. If you're not a One Piece fan but a Warriors fan, then this will still work for you. We found the combat is entertaining, but it will get stale if you're not a Warriors fan. Though, this can be said. If you're not an F1 fan, then a Formula 1 simulator isn't for you. If you're not a fighting game fan, then Mortal Kombat isn't for you. If you don't like Warriors games and know nothing of One Piece, then this will do nothing for you besides entertain you for maybe a couple of days. For a Warriors game, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is somewhat entertaining. And I'm also looking forward to see what other IPs have a Warriors treatment. I'm looking at you, Transformers, Terminator, and the Power Rangers.